Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, man. Do I look like a fool or something? I mean, are you kidding me? I've never seen such disgrace, such distaste. This is unbelievable at this point, man. The Philadelphia Eagles tie the Cincinnati Bengals in week 3 by a score of 23-23 in overtime. Carson Wentz still making bad plays, made a few nice plays with his feet to extend it to overtime. Joe Burrow was having his way at times in this game, but the Eagles got a lot of pressure. But overall, this game comes down to an overtime in which nobody scores. The Eagles once again tie the Cincinnati Bengals. And I've just never been so disappointed with the outcome of a game. I mean, nobody won the game. This is disgusting, man. The Eagles dropped to 0-2-1 on the season. And, we didn't lose this game. This was a must win, but we didn't lose, but we didn't win. So now we have a fat tie in the third column. And there's just so much to break down from this. But my main takeaway from this game is we are going toe to toe in a dogfight with the Cincinnati Bengals, and we can't muster more than 23 points. I picked the Eagles. If you watched my video, I picked the Eagles to win this game 26-23, and I thought we were going to do it. I thought Jake Elliott would kick a field goal, but no. Mr. Fat Matt Pryor just sits there and gets a false start when Jake Elliott can kick a game-winning 59 yards. There were so many things in this game. Every time a team tried to lose it, the other team wouldn't take it. Each team was trying to lose this game. And we finished this game in a tie. I don't know how to feel anymore. Really, where do I go from here? I mean, Carson Wentz, 29 for 47 in this game, 225 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions, and 2 terrible interceptions. Carson Wentz also missed Miles Sanders for a wide open touchdown. Miles Sanders had 18 carries for 95 yards. We got away from the run early after Sanders had 6 carries, 45 yards in the first. He had 11 carries at halftime, 8 carries at halftime, had 2 in the second quarter. And then, we go to the fourth quarter, he has 11 carries. We got away from the run. First off, our defense, I'll give our defense credit. They were all over Joe Burrow, getting pressure, making him roam outside the pocket. The defense showed up today, the defensive line, and Darius Slay. Darius Slay did what he had to do all day, locking up A.J. Green. And Darius Slay, it looked like he dislocated his elbow at one point in this game and came back to play and made a couple tough plays in overtime. But you're telling me nobody can muster a drive to win this game. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles, maybe they're just not as good as we thought they are. Maybe we're just not as good. I mean, if we're going this hard to beat the Cincinnati Bengals and this is the outcome of the game, yeah, you can be happy we didn't lose this game. Sure, we're still in it mathematically because our division stinks. Washington lost. The Giants lost. Dallas is probably going to lose to the Seahawks. But this team stinks right now. And I'm just being honest. This is just my first instinct of the game, man. We didn't make any winning plays in this game. The one good throw that Carson Wentz made was to Zach Ertz, and he finally led a guy and threw it over the right shoulder. And we made the catch, and we went down. But no, a holding. It brings us out of field goal range. And then another call, we can't even kick our field goal. At this point, it's just like we're just battling ourselves, man. I'm disgusted, bro. It's like I don't even know how to feel anymore. I don't know how to feel. So many notes, so many things I have written down, but it was all for nothing. That nobody won this game. There's so many areas that we have to be better as a football team, and we are just not doing any of them. A tie to the Cincinnati Bengals in week 3. I can't believe it, man. Let's get some thoughts up in here because I don't know how to feel. Greg Ward, I said Greg Ward would have a big day. He had 8 catches, 72 yards, 9 yards a catch, and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, let's talk about the injuries. Dallas Goedert goes out. Darius Slay got injured. Deshaun Jackson, the Eagles have been trying to sugarcoat it. No, D-Jax is hurt. Screw the load management. D-Jax is hurt. He's hurt. Jalen Reagor's hurt. And there's so many guys that are hurt. I'm tired of all these injuries over the last 4 years, and it just never stops. It never stops. There are too many guys injured on this team for us to even consider us a football team. John Hightower had 2 catches. I mean, Richard Rodgers had 2 catches. These are the guys that we have to depend on now. Deontay Burnett had 3 catches. Zach Ertz had 7 for 70. Zach Ertz had a decent game. But again, we still just are not running the ball enough. Sanders got 18 carries. The Bengals are statistically the worst defense against the run last year, and they're the worst so far. They're averaging giving up 185 yards a game to opposing offenses, and they gave up 175 today. But we only ran the ball 18 times with Sanders. Carson Wentz had 9 carries for 65 yards. I just don't get it, bro. Carson Wentz, look, all week we were saying that element of Carson Wentz's game, he needs to get that back. He needs to be mobile, and he did it today. He got rid of the ball, okay? He was moving around. He was making plays with his feet. That is a dimension of Carson Wentz's game that he needs, that this team needs. But again, he's still making some bad decisions. There's some throws that are not going well. He threw a nice touchdown to Greg Ward before the end of the half. The Bengals had a terrible mishap there on defense on 3rd and 8. And Carson Wentz connects with Greg Ward for a touchdown. But guess what? If you actually look at that play, and it was a nice play. It was good recognition by Wentz to see Greg Ward and to hit him in stride. But Carson Wentz's mechanics are off. His feet are too wide. He's throwing off of his back foot, and there's like no power on his throws. And he's missing some easy throws. He missed that wide open touchdown to Miles Sanders. And there's just key throws that are just a little too high or a little too low. And I don't know. What I will say is I commend Carson Wentz on his toughness, his ability to extend this game and to make plays with his feet. Because quite frankly, in the 3rd or 4th quarter, and even going further than that, there's no one that can get open on this team. There is literally nobody that I'm seeing that is getting open on this team. And it's a problem, man. It's a problem. Jason Peters is another one that got hurt in overtime. JP, oh my gosh, if I've ever seen a man get manhandled so much as Jason Peters, our offensive line got blasted to smithereens, and they were terrible. They were terrible. The pocket was collapsing like crazy on Carson Wentz. And some plays he didn't even have the time or the chance to roll out. Jason Peters was terrible. He looked like he was 60 years old today. And man, I mean, who else? Nathan Gary? Nathan Gary's another one. Nathan Gary might be the worst linebacker I've ever seen in coverage in the game of football. I've never seen a linebacker as bad as in coverage than Nathan Gary. Trevor Williams comes in. Avonte Maddox got injured. Trevor Williams comes in and gives up a touchdown on the first play. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. Boston Scott, I forgot Boston Scott was a person. Jalen Hurts. ran a couple quarterback draws, and one went okay for 11 yards. But, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like there's some drives where this team looks like they're connected, and then some drives where we just don't know what we're doing. We did have 8 sacks, like I said, on Joe Burrow, and we got a lot of pressure. But at the end of the day, man, at halftime, I forget what the score was at halftime. I think we were up by a few. And the Philadelphia Eagles had 6 drives for 200 plus yards of offense, and the Bengals had 7 drives for under 100 yards of offense. But we're just not capitalizing. We are not executing on the right plays. We are not making those game-changing situational plays that I talked about before this game. We're not making winning plays. We're going through the motions, man. And I can't believe that we tied. I can't believe that we tied the Cincinnati Bengals, man. Let's get into some of these thoughts. And I'm going to try to cover everything. There was a lot in this game. I like the defensive pressure. I like the disguised blitzes. Jim Schwartz took it upon himself to go ahead and bring more pressure and get it done. But if we're sitting here thinking that this is like some kind of mental victory, it's really not. We tied with the Cincinnati Bengals. And it went down to the last 2 minutes. I mean, oh, man. Oh. This is ridiculous. The tie will help us out going forward if our division comes down to a 7 or 8 game winner. It'll help us out. But right now, we don't feel like a good football team. Let's get into some thoughts. Pete Bodman says, can we sign Nick already? By the way, I've been monitoring the Bears. They were 2-0, and they go ahead and pull Mitch Trubisky. They're down 26-10, if you didn't see. And Nick Foles goes for 3 touchdowns in the 4th and brings them back, and they win it 30-26. Nick Foles is insane. The Atlanta Falcons coach should be fired today. 2 chokes in a row. That was hilarious. Hilarious. Matisse Thibault saying, what's going on? Shout out to all my channel members in the building. Says, had to play for the tie at that point. We had to play for the tie, but we had a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. And I had a feeling Elliott probably would have hit it because he loves hitting those long ones. But still, man, let me know your first instant thoughts and reactions. Again, welcome to Post Game Live. We're live every single game. Eagles tie the Bengals 23-23. We advance to 0-2-1 now on the season. Just an ugly sight. Give me your first thoughts and reactions. Are you happy about this as an Eagles fan? Is this a moral victory for you? Because for me, it's really not. We are at the bottom of the barrel. We are scraping the bottom right now. It's crazy, man. Shout out to all 95 up in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and ding the notification bell. We're going to talk about this game more in depth. I don't even know what to say anymore. Tank for Trevor Lawrence. Wentz can be a great quarterback. I think the coaching is failing y'all. Doug Peterson is not doing enough to adjust, man, and I think he needs to delegate power at this point because some drives he puts it together. Sometimes some plays there's creativity, and others it's just so dang predictable, man. And his inner Andy comes out. I'm telling you, man. Why did we get away from running the ball? Miles Sanders had 6 carries for 45 yards in the first quarter. And midway through the third quarter, he has 11 carries. I mean, why do we get away from Miles Sanders? This is the absolute game where you have to let him feed it. You have to let him keep going. I don't know, man. I don't know. Disgusting, bro. I mean, come on, bro. Big Play Slay says it feels like a loss. Spotlight Raiders Talk, what's going on, my guy? Says overtime rules need to be changed. I agree because I'm telling you, man, I hate the feeling of a tie. This feels even worse than we go and we battle and it's back and forth and it ends in a tie. Like, it just doesn't feel right, bro. It just doesn't feel right. Howie drooling at the idea of getting Trevor or Fields to add to his quarterback factor. Who knows what Howie Roseman is doing? He obviously did not improve this roster enough in the offseason. Our linebackers stink. Obviously, they don't have trust in Avonte Maddox, and they keep throwing him out there on an island, and he can't do anything. I mean, this whole thing is just terrible, bro. Terrible. Doug's about to get the Brett Brown treatment. Hey, if he keeps this up a little bit longer, he might. Because, I mean, this is ridiculous, bro. We expect better. I mean, we should not be 0-2 and tying with the Bengals in week 3. I mean, we were expecting to be 3-0 out of the first 3. Or at least 2-1. Ryan Rose says, I am sad. The Phillies lost. Of course they did. I don't know how to feel. I really don't know what to feel at this point. I'm just like even keel. It's like maybe we just don't have enough, bro. I mean, another guy, JJ Arcega-Whiteside. There was like some altercation before the game with Howie Roseman, and then JJ, I don't even see him today. Where'd he go? What happened? If you guys hear what happened to JJ, let me know. But why is there is a injury problem, and we got a new medical staff, and I don't want to hear this excuse about the entire situation. No, because this has been happening for 4 years. This is crazy, bro. Doug ran it all the wrong times. He comes from an Andy Reid team, so of course he's going to pass a lot. That's all he does. We get away from the run, and we start throwing the ball. Excited for the draft. Imagine tying with the Bengals. I've defended Wentz his whole career. I've said when he's healthy, he's a top 5 quarterback. I said I believe in him. And I've too. Wentz is my guy. I'm a Wentz guy. But right now, he's not playing anywhere close to it. Yeah, he made some plays down the stretch with his feet, but that is because he wasn't doing it with his arm. I don't know how the Eagles are paying Peters to walk off the field. That's what I'm saying. You want more money, and in crunch time, you got to get up out of here. Look, he cannot stay healthy. It's Jason Peters, man. My dad was calling plays that won us the game. My dad's a better coach than Doug. I feel you, man. I call these when I'm watching them on my own television. Howie Roseman did a terrible job at acquiring talent. You would think Philly hadn't won a Super Bowl recently. Well, it's crazy, man. Doug Peterson, it's just like he doesn't have, we have all these assistants, but where are they? What are they doing? I would love to know. What is Press Taylor doing? What is Marty Morningweg doing? What is Rich Scangarello doing? Where are they? Because at this point, I don't see them. I don't know. We give Doug Peterson everything and we still lose. Eagles rather sign players with on-the-field problems but not off the field. I just don't know where to start. I don't know what to say after this. Like, man, there's just so many situational things. But at the end of the day, it's like, why even talk about it? Nothing happened. Nothing. Trade Fletcher Cox for picks. Fletcher Cox, look, Fletch had a pretty good day. Josh Sweat did all right. I thought Derek Barnett was in there a little bit, even though he's not starting now, and that is an issue. You got Brandon Graham, okay. There was one play where Joe Burrow extended the play, and he dipped 4 of our defenders, and we fell. I mean, our linebackers are terrible. Nathan Gary, like I said, the worst coverage linebacker I've ever seen. TJ Edwards stinks. Duke Riley stinks. Our draft picks nowhere to be found. This is a game you have to win. I mean, they gave us so many opportunities, as they should. They're not a winning team. They're not a good team right now. They're looking towards the future. And Joe Burrow, well, guess what? He's looking like the guy of the future. But again, they don't have enough around him yet. And the Eagles couldn't muster this one out, man. We scored nothing in the first, 13 in the second, and a combined 10 in the third and fourth quarter, and nothing in overtime. I mean, where's the offense going to come from? And my other problem is with Jim Schwartz, man. Like I said, this guy literally 1 week looks like a genius, and the next week, what? Like, where does he go? Where does he go the next week? Jim Schwartz is so back and forth. Why can't we do this every week? I mean, Darius Slay has been one bright spot. Darius Slay is locking up receivers, and I appreciate him, and it feels good having him. But with this defense, I mean, when guys started to go out, we revert to that soft coverage and the picket defense, and nothing much to show for it. Missed a couple key tackles. The only reason at the end there, after we let the Bengals go and score on a blown coverage on a touchdown, they go ahead and give us pass interference twice on John Hightower. But again, we're throwing the ball to John Hightower and Deontay Burnett in key clutch situations. Look, man, I really don't think that a team is going to win this division with more than 8 games at this point. This is crazy, bro. Whatever happens with this season, no matter how he needs to be taken off of the draft, he's killing us. That JJ pick, it just looks worse and worse. I mean, no catches yet. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Miles Sanders had 4 touches out of the backfield for 12 yards. Catching the ball. D-Jax, 2 catches for 11 yards. Dallas Goedert, 1 catch for 7 yards. It's disgraceful at this point, bro. I mean, we had almost 400 yards of offense. 80 more yards than the Bengals, and we don't win this game. The Bengals went 3 for 13 on 3rd down, and we don't win this game. I mean, they gave us every single chance. Let's talk about the Carson Wentz interceptions. Oh, man. Third and 3 on the first interception. The ball was literally deflected, and there was about 2 or 3 defenders around his target, and it probably would have got picked anyway, but that's just a bad decision by Wentz. He still has those bad decisions in there. And then the other interception, he threw it to Zach Ertz. It was like a one-on-one on the outside, and he threw it right to the defender. I mean, how? How are you that off, Carson? Jalen Hurts came in and on one of his draws, he fumbled. All right. I mean, there's just things that are hurting this team. The offensive line, again, was absolutely terrible. Matt Pryor was atrocious. Jason Peters sucked. Lane Johnson did okay. Kelsey was eh. But I just can't take this team at this point, bro. It doesn't feel like a winning team. Next up, the depleted Niners. This is crazy. The Niners have so many guys injured. And really, I mean, can we compete with any team at this point? We got the Niners, the Steelers, and the Ravens coming up. And we're 0-2-1. I mean, realistically, we could be 0-5-1. I can't take it, bro. There was some third downs in this game where I thought the coverage was terrible. There were some third downs where I thought it was good. Nickel Roby-Coleman really didn't play that well. He made one nice play late. Maddox didn't play well. Darius Slay is really our consistent piece in the secondary. And Jalen Mills actually played well too. But I liked how Jim Schwartz was disguising blitzes. What have I been saying? Pressure, pressure, pressure. That is how we are going to win. We have a bunch of talent, especially on his D-line. We got to send pressure. Man. 0-2-1 is the craziest record to start with. Not being able to beat the Bengals, not so optimistic for the rest of the season is going to go. Even though we tied Carson's play, we aren't winning a lot of games. What do you guys feel about Carson Wentz? How do you think he played this game? Because in my opinion, he still had some bad decisions, still was off on some plays. It's really his mechanics are just off. I don't know why they haven't corrected him yet. But he made some nice plays with his feet, but that is the element that we need. Really, with his feet was where it was at. But in the air, Carson, I didn't see much different. He had a couple nice key throws, but he also missed a lot. Oh my gosh, bro. Trade Cox, Ertz, and rebuild. The season is over. Lawrence James, what's going on? What up, RB? Another tie against the Bengals. I've never felt this disappointed. Years back when I saw that other tie, I mean, and just some of the other games, I've been defeated, but this game was like, it felt like each team was trying to give it away, and nobody wanted it. Wentz came into this game with the most quarterback sacks, took another 3. Most off-target throws, I'm sure he had a couple more. He had the most interceptions, added another 2. He's had 2, 2, and 2. Carson Wentz threw 7 interceptions last year. He usually averages around 7, and he already has 6. He already has 6. And I'm not saying that Wentz has all his weapons out there, but there are just some decisions that can't be made. And a lot of it goes to Doug with the personnel. Like, why do guys, as soon as they get in the rhythm, they get taken out or they get played away from? Greg Ward had 8 catches for 72 yards. He had 5 catches in week 1, and Greg Ward was nowhere to be seen last week. And he automatically comes back now, and like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. You know, Doug surprised me coming out of this game. He did exactly what I thought he would do, which was a play-action bomb to try to get someone incorporated, and Wentz overthrew Deshaun. Wentz overthrew people about 4 times this game. That last throw to Ertz was really his best throw of the season. But I just can't believe it at this point, man. He's now thrown 2 interceptions in all 3 games. That's horrible. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And just like I said in my preview, my keys, Joe Burrow, when he is comfortable, looks like actually a great quarterback. He looks like he has that it factor. But when Joe Burrow is under pressure, he's a completely different quarterback. And again, we had 8 sacks and we were all over him. And it just feels like the Eagles outplayed the Bengals, at least on defense and at times on offense. Like, it feels like we should have won this game. But yeah, we come out with a tie. It's not a loss, but to me, it kind of almost feels like it. I don't know how any Eagles fan can come out of week 3, 0-2-1, and really feel like this team is in a good position moving forward. I mean, yeah, Carson Wentz, this was probably Wentz's best game maybe out of the 3, but still. Just that, and that's strictly because he was using his legs to make plays, which is what we need to do. Oh, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to say, man. How many penalties were terrible? This was the worst game for penalties. The Eagles had 11 penalties for 93 yards and key penalties in key situations. False starts, offsides, neutral zone. Ridiculous. Eagles ended this game averaging almost 5 yards a carry, and yet we get away from what is working. We get away. Why are we not giving Miles Sanders what he needs, man? Why? I didn't even see this, but shout out to my guy, Philly Notion. My fault, my guy. Appreciate the super chat. RB, another embarrassing week, bro. Tying is not it. I agree with you, Notion. And this is just making me sick, my guy. It's just making me sick. I don't know, bro. I mean, we have talent. We have speed on this team besides the injuries, but we don't use guys how they're supposed to be used. Doug looks lost at times in this game. Carson's still making some bad decisions, even though he played better because of the plays he made with his feet. And again, this is my first thoughts and reactions, so I'm trying to remember everything because this just felt like a long, long game. I know it went to overtime, but it felt like a long game. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sanders was averaging 7 yards a carry in the second quarter, and we go away from him. I just can't do it, man. I'm going to try to hit all these comments. If you guys are in here, please hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. We got 95 up in the house. I need how you guys are feeling on the outlook of this season, honestly. I'm going to get to some of these Wentz comments again. Let me know how you're feeling about Carson Wentz at this point, and give me your kind of outlook on the season right now, because I'm not optimistic at all, and I'm really trying to be. I thought if we came back and won this, obviously it's the Bengals, but it would have given us that jolt of energy, like, okay, now we have a win on the scoreboard. You know what I mean? Where at least we're 1-2. We would be tied. If we won this game, we would have been tied in the NFC East. That is how garbage this division is. But no. 0-2-1. It looks so ugly. It looks ugly, bro. We have the same record still as the Bengals now. Oh, my gosh. Jalen Mason says, this is nothing like the Super Bowl caliber team that we had a few years ago, bro. I feel like we still have some of the pieces, but at the same time, I really think coaching is a big element, man. I think coaching is a big element, and I don't see Doug getting it done right now. And you know what the crazy thing is? We could see Jim Schwartz come out next week and go back to what he reverted to last week. Like, I don't know what I'm confident in this team. I try to be confident in certain parts, but then they just fail me. They just fail me. And it's very sickening, bro. The Eagles ran 16 more plays than the Bengals, and we don't win this game. 206 passing yards. We're just not getting it done, bro. Joe Burrow, 31 for 44, 312 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that doesn't even sound like a bad stat line. And he got sacked 8 times. His O-line gave up on him. Tyler Boyd had 125 yards. Darius Slay clamped A.J. Green. A.J. Green was non-existent. And I don't even know how he got 5 catches in this game. He was literally non-existent. But Tyler Boyd with 125, and that was pretty much on Avonte Maddox. I'm telling you right now, look, I like Avonte Maddox, and I've been big on him since his rookie year because of the kind of potential he showed us. But I'm telling you right now, Trevor Williams, Avonte Maddox, no, it's not going to cut it. We need a new corner, a new second corner. We finally have our man in Darius Slay. And Avonte Maddox just doesn't seem like he's it. And at the end of the day, we go forward to next week now, and we're 0-2-1. The 49ers blew out the Giants. They're still winning games even though they're depleted. But that's the difference. You see what I mean? The Eagles and the 49ers are both just crazed with injuries. The Niners might even have more, but you know what the difference is? They coach. They coach what they have. They put their talent in the best situations to win. Oh, my gosh, bro. I don't know how Matt Pryor, if I'm Doug Peterson, and we can't even afford to do this, I'm sitting Matt Pryor for the next 5 games. Isn't Matt Pryor the one that, it was either Pryor or Herbig that got the 10-yard holding penalty when we were on that last drive? But then how do you get a false start on a field goal attempt? It's just losing things like that. Those are things that can't happen, bro. Doug said he will evaluate his decision to punt tomorrow with open eyes. Are you kidding me? We were 0-2. He coached scared. Wasn't it like 3rd and 19 in that situation? Here, look, honestly, like I said, this is my first instant reaction and thoughts. I don't mind the decision to punt only because the Philadelphia Eagles, if they go to 0-3, it's a lot different than 0-2-1 because of how bad our division is. So right now, just in my first thoughts, I'm not pissed off at Doug for punting, but I'm pissed off at Matt Pryor for getting a false start. Even if Jake Elliott misses that field goal, we're probably in position to maybe lose the game if Joe Burrow hits a couple of quick throws. But that is our chance to win the game. You can't give that up. I don't care if you haven't been in a lot of snaps. I don't care, Matt Pryor. You can't do that. That is a mental mistake. And like I said, we just have recurring problems. JP is out, but still, I mean, JP, it looked like the end of the rope for him today. Terrible. We have no offensive coordinator because Doug and Howie are idiots. Look, I don't know why, man. Like, we need to delegate power. Doug's trying to do too much. He gets away from it, and he just tries to be Andy Reid. Can't happen, man. Can't happen. 0-5-1, here we come. We suck. Sean McQuestion, a channel member. If you guys want to check out the memberships, the link is in the description. Shout out to my members up in here. If we lose next week, I won't be mad if we just tank the rest of the season. These next 3 games will tell a lot. That's what I'll say. Because if the Eagles go and lose the next 3, if they go and lose 2 of the next 3, really, what is the point? You know what I mean? I agree, Sean. We need to get pieces from the trade deadline. We never make the right moves at the trade deadline. We'll pick up a guy here and there. You know, we'll pick up a guy maybe that no one's expecting, but we're not going to do it. There's a lot more than we can do at the trade deadline to fix this team. There is a lot more that we need to do that we can't just do at the trade deadline. I mean, this is bad. But our linebackers should just forfeit, bro. We shouldn't even play with linebackers anymore. I can't do it, man. Again, Nathan Gary, look, I can't be mad at Nathan Gary for being our top linebacker. I can't be mad at Nathan Gary for being our top guy. But at the same time, are you serious? Where's Davion Taylor? Where's Sean Bradley? Nigel Bradham, I don't like Nigel Bradham because of what he said, but he's out there as a free agent right now sitting doing nothing. We had cut him, right? Right. Smart. And it's like Jalen Mills is playing better. Slay's playing all right, but this team, the first 2 weeks we thought, maybe could be a fluke. We're looking for this team to step up and have a huge win, but maybe they just don't have it, man. I can't take it, bro. Eagles suck, and I'm an Eagles fan. Cowboys will finish 9-7 or 10-6. I don't know, man. I don't think any of the teams in this division are good. I don't think so. I'm just waiting for the basketball offseason to start. Do they have a linebacker to spy on the quarterback? Might help. I don't think they do. I think we send in our safeties occasionally to blitz, and sometimes we'll send a linebacker. But usually the opposing quarterbacks just do what they want. They find time, they buy it with their feet, and they wait for a guy to get open. It's not that hard. Carson, look, Wentz did the same thing today, and I commend him on it. He was trying not to take sacks. He was trying to throw the ball away and operate around, and he made a lot of nice plays with his feet. But let me tell you, man, there's 2 things I'm still annoyed about. One is Carson's inability to slide. He won't slide, and he took a couple big hits. I'm surprised nothing happened. And the other thing is, really, Carson just looks slow, man. Maybe that weight is getting to him. He looks slow. 0-2 and freaking 1. 0-2-1. Unbelievable. We looked good towards the end of OT. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's too late. It's too late, man. Too little, too late, bro. Where was that energy in the first quarter, in the third, in the fourth? Jason Peters gets injured. Of course. I mean, it's obvious, right? I'm glad they didn't give him that extra money. Eagles are just awful. Not a lot of talent on that team. Blow it up. Well, we're going to see a lot of young guys going in the future, but I'm telling you, these next 3 or 4 weeks will tell a lot about what this franchise is trying to do. And look, guys are going to be on the hot seat. I'm telling you, by the end of this year, if we don't turn anything around, we're going to be on a hot seat, man. Let me skip down to some of these. I'm not trying to get too far behind. It's hard to process all of this, man. It's hard to process this. And I don't know who to blame this one on today. Maybe I just feel like I have to say that we're just not that good of a team. Carson Wentz, look, guys were not getting open. He was buying time, And dudes were just not doing anything. But again, who do we have? Guys are injured. I mean, Dallas Goedert, it seemed like he had a bad injury. D-Jax, we never hear about him. Man. And what are they going to say in a post-game press conference? Oh, we fought hard. We fought down to the end. Is that what we're going to hear? Because I don't want to hear that crap anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. We're not getting it done. At halftime, Miles Sanders had 8 carries for 64 yards, and Wentz had 5 carries for 45 yards. And Miles Sanders got 10 carries the rest of the game and finished with 95 yards. Unbelievable, bro. Averaged over 5 yards a carry. Wentz averaged over 7 yards a carry. There's no way we can be complacent with this game, man. Wentz isn't passing well, and the play calling is extremely questionable. J-Jaw is a bust. How about Doug punting a potential game winner? What do you mean, though? Because I'm just telling you guys, this is my opinion. You can let me know your thoughts. When you get that false start penalty, this is a 64-yard field goal. I'm not mad at Doug for saying that we will tie this game, because if you miss that or say it gets blocked or whatever, I'm a little confident in Joe Burrow to go down there and get them in field goal range. Maybe not. Maybe, this is my first thoughts. I haven't had time to go back and actually think about it. But still, man, how about the false start? That can't happen. It's time for Doug Peterson to stop being Mr. Nice Guy. He should absolutely start to call out some names, because it's not going to work just being Mr. Nice and Mr. Soft Guy and everything will be all right. No, this is the season on the line. This is the season on the line, bro. And it's ridiculous. Hey, everybody in here right now, take 1 second and smash that like button. Let's get it up to 100, man. Hit that subscribe if you're new and hit that notification bell. I don't know where we go from here, man. It's just not feeling good. We could have been 3-0 with better quarterback play. We don't want to win. Howie Roseman can't draft for anything. You can't miss 16 of your last 18 picks and expect to field a competent football team. Time to trade aging pieces like Cox for draft picks. There you go. And that's another thing, man. I got to be honest with y'all. Even though the defense played well, and this is a good point, can somebody please explain? Can somebody please give me an explanation in the comment box right now? Why will our defense not get any turnovers? I got a stat for you guys. The Philadelphia Eagles cornerbacks have 5 interceptions now in the last 21 games. Our top leading interception cornerbacks of this entire decade. Can anybody guess? Anybody want to guess who is the top cornerback for this team throughout this past decade in terms of most interceptions? Give me your top 2, and I'll tell you who the top 2 are. You will not believe it. With all the guys that we've brought in here, which 2 Eagles have the most interceptions in the last decade? Why will this team not get any turnovers? All this pressure, we can't poke it out of Joe Burrow. He's a rookie, bro. He's a rookie. And Malik Jackson gave him a big old hit. Look, to me, it kind of felt like a little bit of a dirty hit. But, hey, maybe we needed that just to kind of, in terms of us, get our defense amped up. You know what I mean? We need a leader, a vocal leader, and we don't have it. They were talking about it earlier. Malcolm Jenkins is sincerely missed on this defense. And if you go back and watch my video from months back, I told you that losing Malcolm Jenkins would be one of the biggest flaws of the Philadelphia Eagles. You don't lose Malcolm Jenkins, a guy who did not really miss a snap for 5 years and was the man. He gave it his all every single play. You do not do that because of this. Really, man? Come on now. Again, who do you guys think has the most interceptions in the last decade for the Philadelphia Eagles? Which cornerbacks? I'm going to answer it, but I'm going to read some more of these comments real quick. This is bad. Carson's rookie year was better than this. Carson's playing terrible this game. He's played terrible all game this season. 6 interceptions in 3 games. They should have kept feeding Sanders. Absolutely. That was the key. Look, last week, Miles Sanders had what? Did he have 20 carries last week and 18 this week? Why are we not feeding him? He's a stud running back in the making, and we're limiting him. Why? He's been horrible. It's time for Jalen Hurts. Do you think he possibly feels the pressure of Jalen? Absolutely he does. They make Joe Burrow the next Peyton Manning. I cringed every time after he got hit running out of the pocket. If we fire Doug at the end of the season, hire Eric Bieniemy. I don't know how to say his name. Bieniemy, I think. How do you feel? Look, Eric Bieniemy, he's in line for a job, man. He's a smart offensive mind. I should have brought him in to be a coordinator, man. The Eagles and Carson need to mutually go separate ways. He needs a fresh start, and we're not winning with him. Sanders, the only one doing something on the offense. Even with 8 sacks, it's next to impossible to win a game if you lose the turnover battle. I agree. We don't accumulate turnovers. I don't understand why. Sup, RB? I don't want him football, but I thought I should come through and say hi. What's going on, Chris? Appreciate you up in here, man. We're gonna get some other content out as well, and we have been, so I appreciate you. But yeah, I'm about to answer this question. Look, I'm trying to get through these comments, and if I miss your comments, just go ahead and say them again. I'm gonna try to get to all of them. But again, which 2 cornerbacks in the last decade have the most interceptions for the Philadelphia Eagles? You will not believe this when I tell you. I said last week this team would be 1-5 through 6. Looks like they'll be 0-5-1 now. Ridiculous, bro. 100 in the chat, by the way. Hey, appreciate all the 100 up in here. If you guys could, please take 1 second. You can stay in the chat, hit that like button, get this to 100 likes, man. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. I feel like we have a leadership motivation problem. Absolutely, man. Where is that dog mentality? We don't have it. Don't look now if the Cowboys lose, we're a half game out of first. I mean, it's ridiculous, bro. We're lining up to be that Panthers division from years back. And if you remember, I think the Panthers won that division with a 6-9-1 record. I think they had a tie. So who knows, man? Wentz did not play up to par as we were expecting him to. Seeing him on the sideline banging his helmet on the ground, come on, you got to step it up. Absolutely, bro. It doesn't feel right, bro. This is the year where we finally give him the speed and what he needs. We still haven't given him a number 1, but we gave him a lot, and we gave him a pretty solid defense with solid pieces. And man, got to get rid of Doug. He can't get this offense into a rhythm. Exactly, and every time it feels like we're in a rhythm, we're just not in one. 6-10 possibly, man. I don't know how J-Jaw is an NFL player. It was Pryor. Okay, yeah, so Pryor messed up 2 different plays. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. J-Jaw is a waste of a roster spot. Unbelievable. Going into week 4 and not a single catch. We're going into a 4th of the season completed and not a catch after they raved about this man in preseason, man. That is on the coaches, and it's on J-Jaw, but it's also on the coaches. How do you not get this guy 1 catch? Give him a curl route. Give him something to get his mental right. This is feeling like a Nelson Aguilar situation, and even worse. Even worse. Man. Eagle King 119, what's going on, bro? Worst Eagles linebacker core in history. Gary can't cover my 90-year-old grandmom. Burgang 114, what's good? J-Jaw's a big bust. Should have drafted DK. Can't be our GM. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, man. Where's that second-round pick, JJ? He's trash, and that's on the GM period. Don't forget Terry McLaurin was drafted after him as well, and we're seeing that firsthand. What change would you make, if any? You got to give me a few more weeks, but I might have to make some big changes if we can't get this turned around in the next 3 weeks. Unbelievable. Again, I'm about to answer this question. Who do you think has the most interceptions in the last decade by Eagles cornerbacks. And it's ridiculous that this defense, even though they played well, can't accumulate turnovers. I don't get why. I don't get it. Don't get it. Blame Carson. He missed a lot of throws, and without the picks that we win, Carson's going to say, we got to do better. Every week, Burnett, every week, we got to do better, man. That was on me. That was on me. No, I'm tired of hearing it, Carson. It was on you. And the season is on us, and it's on you. And we're going to be out if we don't win a damn game. Thought there was a lot of dumb penalties. I agree. 4th and 14. Yeah, 4th and 9. Look, I'm not going to be mad at Doug right now. My instant reaction. I'm not going to be pissed off until I go back and think about it more. But you can't have that false start. We had a 59-yard attempt to try to win the game, and you can't do that, Matt Pryor. Unbelievable. BLSG, channel member, what's going on, man? Pissed about Matt Pryor with the false start, but 0-2-1 is better than 0-3. Yeah, but really, what is that going to get us, man? We have to win a game. The only good thing is that our division is trash. But, hey, we're about to get into this question. Again, go ahead and post your final answers. Who has the most Eagles cornerback interceptions in the last decade? Let's get some of these answers, and then I'll reveal the top 2. 40-plus dropbacks in 3 straight games. Terrible. RJ Fletcher says Doug called a bad game. It's at points in this game, it's just really bad. It's just really bad. He's not calling a full put-together type of game plan, so I agree. Manny says, how do you feel now about winning the division? Look, the division might be the most thing I'm confident about because our division stinks. They stink. But look, coaching could be better. Okay, look. Patrick Robinson, Darby, Byron Maxwell, Nolan Carroll, Brian Dawkins. It was 4th and 14. Both teams had no timeouts. Doug is going for it. Dumber reasons that you play for a tie or a loss, you get a tie or a loss. Well, I respect that. I respect that. I got to go back and think about it a little more. But right now, I'm just more so mad at the false start. Patrick Robinson and Ronald Darby. How many interceptions in 21 games? 2. Sheesh. In the last 21 games, I think we have, 5? What did I say? Yeah, we have 5 interceptions in the last 21 games. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey, first off, let me get down to these super chats. Appreciate it from Door Gunner. How is Washington football team in first place? NFC East is trash. Appreciate the super chat, man. And I wish I could answer your question. We thought last year was the bottom of the hole, right? But like right now, I mean, this is bad, man. The leading team in the NFC East might be 1-2 after today. It's unbelievable. The Giants aren't going to go anywhere without Saquon. Washington is iffy. Washington could be a sleeper, maybe. Dallas, Eagles, I mean, this is a bad division, man. I don't know how Washington is in first place right now. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Drew Vertical, appreciate the super chat, my guy. Says Pryor should be beheaded. Have a good day. Go Birds. Hey, you have a good day, my guy. And Pryor should be set for 5 games. He should be shown that play and the other false start every single day this week. I mean, how does that is a play that can potentially lose a game, bro. That can lose a game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But so to this question, so I saw some answers in here. Let's see. Malcolm Jenkins isn't playing well either. Carson's definitely needed a preseason to work out the time, his accuracy. You can practice all you want. Anyone who's ever played football can tell you the real game. Yeah, but everybody's going through it, man. Everybody's going through it. How he needs to go. Brandon Boykin and Ronald Darby. Well, shout out to Andre Rollins right here because guess what? The answer is Brandon Boykin and Ronald Darby. Brandon Boykin and Ronald Darby have the most interceptions in the last decade for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if you tell me some of the guys that we brought in here, all right, Byron Maxwell, Nnamdi Asomugha, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, all right, Asante, all these guys. Asante was a little bit before. But we have all these guys, and now Slay, and our top corners with the most interceptions are Boykin and Ronald Darby. I mean, just let that sink in a little bit. Just let that sink in. Why can't our defense get turnovers, man? I told you. In my keys of the game, I literally said we need to make winning plays. We need to make those big time plays, those key third downs, and we performed much better than the Bengals did on third down. We were 10 for 21 on third down, and they were 3 for 13. And you're telling me that we tied this game? I mean, it's just bad, bro. It's just bad. 11 penalties, like I said, 93 yards. Man. I wish I had an answer for you guys. Like, I wish I could tell you where things are going wrong. Like, I have ideas, like it's partially this, partially that, but did we overestimate this team? Let me know in the comments right now. Did we overestimate this team? Or did we just, or is our talent not playing up to par? Is it mainly Carson? Is it mainly Doug? Where are we going wrong here, fellas? Please, let me know in the chat. Let me know. When you tell me the Bengals go 3 for 13 on third down and Joe Burrow gets sacked 8 times, it's I don't know how we don't win this game. And Joe Mixon only had 49 yards. You start to search for answers. You start to break it down. Carson Wentz's mechanics are off. Some of these wide receivers aren't getting open. But overall, do we have enough talent? Let me know in the chat, man. Jim Schwartz with the Eagles, by the way, was 6-0 versus rookie quarterbacks. This is his first non-win. It's not a loss, but now he's 6-0-1. And when I think about this game, in my first thoughts, it doesn't even feel like the Bengals played that well. It doesn't even feel like they played that well. Crazy. Most picks from an Eagle in the past decade, is it Brandon Boykin? Yep, Boykin and Ronald Darby. It's unbelievable, bro. Tired of Carson in these pressures stating, I've got to be better, and I will be. Absolutely agree, young Das. I'm tired of it, bro. Look, I go back and I watch a bunch of stuff, and I break down some film, man. But look, man, you got to stop saying it, man. Like, just be better. Be better, Carson. This is year 5. And some of the mistakes that you're still making, and it's not all on him, it's on the coaching as well. But, like, why have we not done enough to develop this team, man? If Carson Wentz can play the way he did down the stretch last year with nobody out at wideout, what is going on? How did his mechanics get this bad? Like I said, look, if you look at that touchdown pass in the first half to Greg Ward, I'm telling you, bro, that his mechanics were even bad on that throw. Wow. It's crazy to believe, but Aguilar might have been our number 1 receiver. That's true. Ties actually help teams with playoff berths, but if you aren't playing great, exactly. Look, yeah, if we come out of this and we're playing, if we don't have a tough schedule in the future, yeah, I feel okay, right? But look at who we have on a schedule, man. Look at who we have on a schedule. We're going to look back at these games and wish they had gone different in week 14 and week 15. We're going to wish. Just telling you, man. Does anyone know how many catches JJ had? None. He doesn't catch. He's not doing anything. You know what's crazy, man? And I'm starting to put it into perspective. Me, a Philly content creator, I have the same amount of production. I've done the same amount of things on the field that JJ Arcega-Whiteside has done in these first 3 games. Think about it. Me, you, the person sitting next to you, your next door neighbor, your dog, for crying out loud. I have done the same amount of things as JJ Arcega-Whiteside on the field this season. Actually, he had one bad penalty I think it was last game or the game before. So actually, I've done more by doing nothing than JJ Arcega-Whiteside. And I'm tired. One thing I'm very tired of is the Philadelphia Eagles lying to us. You're raving about JJ, telling us how he's some big next thing and how he's different this year. And you're telling us that D-Jax isn't hurt and you're load managing. No, stop it. I'm tired of it. We have been fed crap for the past couple months. Okay? We have been fed nothing but lies. And this is not good. What we are seeing is the preseason Eagles. All these kinks are usually worked out in the preseason. Yeah, but D. Graham, don't you understand? Other teams, are they working their kinks out? I see guys throwing touchdowns on point. All right, maybe you're right. Maybe you got some validity to what you're saying. But the point is that it doesn't matter. 3 games now. We're almost a fourth into the season. And you got to be better, bro. You got to be better. Yeah, they got to work some things out. But I don't. There's things that aren't getting improved. There's things that aren't even. I'm seeing the same mistakes. I'm seeing the same mistakes every single week. And yeah, look, here's my ultimate point, man. Say we pull another one of these underdog mentalities like we have the last couple years and we come back and we finish first in the division and win it, okay? What are we going to do in the playoffs with this team? Our guys aren't playing up to par. Carson Wentz. I still think we're gonna go 9-6-1. Well, I don't know how you're feeling that right now because really, where are the 9 wins gonna come from? Are we gonna beat the Saints? Are we gonna beat the Seahawks, the Packers? Are we gonna beat Dallas? Are we gonna beat the Ravens? Are we gonna beat the Steelers? Where are the wins gonna come from? Really? Really? The Giants? Yeah, that's maybe 2 wins, maybe. But damn. 4 for 4 Philly fan. What's going on, my guy? He says, man, this team is stressful. There's no other way to put it, bro. This is embarrassing. This is sad. Terrible. That hold on Herbig hurt us too. We probably win the game after that. Yeah, so it was on Herbig. I thought it was Pryor, but I think it was on Herbig. That can't happen, bro. Those are not plays that winning teams make. They're not plays that winning teams make. JP is trash, 38 years old. We still decide to keep him and he gets hurt every game. It's not over. We can turn this around. Well, I would like to think so, but I'm looking at it from so many areas. Look, I'm trying to believe that we can turn this around. But sometimes it's a bad game. At this point, it doesn't seem like we have enough, bro. Damn. Mac Lucci, what's going on? I'm an Eagles fan in Seattle. It's hard. Seahawks has an organization that is consistent. I'm disappointed in the org as a whole. This is no new norm. Too many years of bad drafting. Howie first. Great point. Great point. Thank you. The new norm, right? Wait, and he says, and our linebacker group is super trash. No getting around it. Well, you actually make another good point. Number one, the Eagles have constantly undervalued the linebacker position since we had Jeremiah Trotter. And I don't know why. Do you understand how a dynamic linebacker can change your defense? Look at a guy like Wagner. Look at a guy before he retired like Luke Kuechly. Like a dominant linebacker can change the whole landscape of your defense. But yeah, we just don't care. We don't care. Literally, our best linebacker on a Super Bowl team was Michael Kendricks or Nigel Bradham. And they're not by any means top linebackers, but they played up to par. But why can't we go out and get a game changer, man? Why can't we do that? And I like your point about the new norm. Where is this new norm? Is this our new norm every season? Fighting back from subpar 500 to try to sneak into the playoffs? Is that our new norm, Doug? I mean, I don't sense the leadership in the culture right now. I don't sense the leadership. All right? And it's not good. Shout out to Drew Vertical. I appreciate the super chat a lot, my guy. Says I live in NEPA and I'm about to jump in the Lackawanna River. Anyways, what are your thoughts on the rest of the league? Only got OT coverage. Only got OT coverage far. My thoughts on the rest of the league is like you're gonna see some sleepers this season. You're gonna see some sleepers this season, but at the same time, man, like what I'm really worried about is our division. You know what I mean? I'm worried about our division, and they're not that good. They're not that good, which is why we actually still have a chance. But we got to play better. We got to play better. But we absolutely, as Eagles fans, deserve to be disappointed, and we deserve to call out our players because that's what Philly fans do. I really wish that we had fans in Philadelphia today. Do you the Eagles would have came out of that stadium after tying with boos raining down on the city of Philadelphia. I'm sure they're booing in the entire city, and they deserve to hear that because it's not good enough. This is not the new norm, like somebody just said. It's not going to work. The rest of the league is interesting. You're going to see some sleeper teams. But at the end of the day, we got to worry about us. We got to worry about our division. Really, that's what we got to worry about, winning this division. And right now, it kind of seems like a tall task. Appreciate the super chat, though. Much love. Let's see. John Doe, coaching not calling the right plays for a full game. I'm telling you, we get out of it. We get out of the rhythm. We get locked in. We look like we're rolling, and then he gets away from what's working. He gets away from the players, and it just doesn't work, man. It's a good tie if it's against a good team. Exactly. But we're tying the Cincinnati Bengals, and I can't even be happy about it. I can be happy, I guess, about how we fought down the stretch, but this is the Cincinnati Bengals. It's bad. The talent on this team is playing like a double bogey. Well, that's a good way to put it. Preseason games are valuable. I think people took them for granted. Even when it comes to calling preseason is needed for coaches to test out new plays schemes. Look, we're the only, maybe for the other teams in our division, we're the only team with the same coach coming back, and yet we look lost. Can't happen. We stink. The players were not matching up to the success for the Eagles. Coaching, leadership, and taking bad penalties. Carson definitely needed a preseason to work out his timing and accuracy. I'm not off the Wentz train. I saw some progress from him. He looked a little like the old Wentz. He did look a little like the old Wentz, and I'll commend Wentz on that. He's being smarter with the ball, getting rid of it, but at the same time, there's still some bad interceptions. And he's not playing like the elite level quarterback that we know he can be or that we saw before. At this point, he's just going through the motions. He doesn't look like that Carson Wentz. Yeah, I've been saying, I said it all week. We need to chill out, and we need to allow Wentz to incorporate that run element into his game. We need to keep the defense off balance. Don't you notice why Wentz was open so many times on a run? Because they don't expect him to do it anymore. He looks slow, and they just expect it. They just expect him to stay in the pocket and throw. We need to do different things. We got to stop with all this predictability. I saw a little bit of pre-snap motion, and then it kind of stopped. Why? Why do we go away? Just because the other team adapts, why do we always try to outsmart ourselves? I mean, we're throwing – can we talk about 2 screen plays in a row to Greg Ward Jr.? Can we talk about that? Why not give it to Miles Sanders? And thank you, because I've been now reminded of a play that I wanted to speak about. Let me know if you remember this play. I forget when it was. It was a drive that we desperately needed to continue. And it was 3rd down and 9. And Zach Ertz receives a pass behind the line of scrimmage. Zach Ertz, a guy who is terrible running after the catch, We don't even throw it to the first down line. Now, we had a play later on where we did throw it for 10 and Zach Ertz got a touch or a first down. But there was one play, it was 3rd and 9, and we throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. And there was another play where we check it down to this guy, to that guy, to Greg Ward on a screen on 3rd. And that 3rd and 15 on the other side, by the way, that's another play I want to talk about. How do you let the Bengals convert on a 3rd and 15 on a screen play? You know what I mean? We're not making winning plays. And more importantly, we're not putting our guys in position to make good plays like that. We're not doing those kinds of things. And it seems like we're lost. It seems like we're lost at times. JJ is getting paid to do cardio. I've done the same amount of things that JJ has done, and I am sitting at home. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I didn't get drafted in the 2nd round. I'm not getting probably $1 million, but no. I mean, they should just take his salary and just sprinkle it on maybe a new medical staff. Maybe we need a 3rd medical staff. Who knows, man? This is bad. We have an awesome kicker, and in the end, that is awesome. Yeah, that's absolutely nice. Maybe Jake Elliott can hit 8 field goals a game, and we can score 21. How about that? We actually scored over 20 points. We broke the barrier, the 20-point barrier. We also hadn't scored above 16 against Cincy for some time. Sure. Joe Burrow had a 105 quarterback rating, and Wentz had a 62 quarterback rating. What we are seeing is a bad team, especially from Carson and play calling. Atlanta Falcons are the Phillies of the NFL. The Falcons, I'm telling you, that coach should be fired. I don't know if the Falcons were home, right? He shouldn't even be able to make it back to the locker room. And I commend Nick Foles for coming in there and doing his thing. I'm very, very, very happy for Nick Foles. But, man, how do you choke 2 games like that? Crazy. Josh Allen is on fire. Yo, I was watching that game too. I thought the Rams had made an ultimate comeback. Nuts, bro. Nuts. 9-6-1, that's optimistic. Eagles corner suck and our wide receiver suck. Trade Cox for a corner. Go Buffalo. More injuries today, like a broken record. Jackson needs to go. I want to believe we could turn around, but it's just hard to see that for me. And I appreciate that, and I agree. I'm trying to be objective here, and it's hard. The Eagles are not turning this around. Howie destroyed this team with years of horrible draft choices. Is Wentz a top 20 quarterback at this moment? Do you mean just overall or this season? This season, no. Overall, I still think he is. But he's not playing. He's not doing what we need to win football games, honestly. I saw improvement from him today. I saw him finally use his legs, but it's crazy. It's still not enough. Sad. Howie Roseman's draft choices are starting to hurt this team. He hasn't drafted anyone of note. I would disagree with that. You got Miles Sanders, a 2nd-round pick. You got Dallas Goedert. There's some guys he's drafted, but overall, I would agree that some of the choices are just not good. Man. What if they go to San Fran and win next Sunday night? Hey, let me know right now. We'll probably be on here about 10, 15 more minutes. What I want to know from you guys is, number one, actually, let me ask it this way. Out of the next 3 games, how many games do the Eagles have to win for you to feel like this team can turn it around? We got the Niners, we got the Steelers, and the Ravens. Out of the next 3, how many games do the Eagles have to win for them to turn this thing around? Let me know. Because I'm feeling they have to win probably 3, but I'll settle for 2. 2 out of 3. But I would love them to win 3, but it's just going to be hard to happen. It's hard to see that happening. If they go to San Fran and win next night, well, they need to. Or else it's going to be really bad. If you got to win the San Fran game, they're injury prone right now. And then you got the Steelers and the Ravens, which are going to be tough games. So Go back and think of all the greats. Have any of them ever been considered to be the worst at any stretch in their career? I would have to think on that. There's been guys who have had bad stretches, but right now, I mean, what we're seeing right now, it's kind of hard. Those two teams were so bad, still nobody could win a game. We really lost that game if the refs didn't bless us with 2 pass interferences. That's a good point. I'm telling you. To John Hightower, back to back. And the Bengals are just like a rebuilding team right now. Like, oh, man. No takeaways, can't win games giving the other offense more chances. I agree. We're not winning the next 4 or 5 games. Let's see. Well, let's get to, again, my question is, out of the next 3 games, how many games do the Eagles have to win for you to believe that they can turn this around? Let me know. We still got almost 90 in the chat. We got 67 likes. Let's try to get that up to 100. I would appreciate that. Hit that like button if you're in here. Hit that subscribe if you're new. Daily content. A lot of cool things coming to the channel. I appreciate it. Wentz runs like he has 2 left legs. I don't know. He looks much slower now. Is it safe to say that Wentz 2017 was the best you're going to see out of him? Well, I don't know. It's kind of feeling that way, but is it all him or is it coaching as well? Because I feel like he's not being put in the right situation sometimes, Carson's making bad decisions, but it's clear nobody's open. I'm ready for people's jobs. That's a good point. He was looking. He had a lot of time today. He was buying a lot of extra time, and nobody could get open. It was sad, bro. It was sad. I'm just trying to be positive. Carson's body language is terrible. Jason Wall, if you take away 2017 Wentz, 25, 26, and 1, that is not elite. It's not even good. It's just bad. Good point. Yeah, our division sucks, but that doesn't make me feel better. Who can just suck less? Exactly. But let's see. How many games out of the next 3 do we need to win? 3, 2, all 3, 2. Wentz sucks. He's a hunter, not an NFL quarterback. He can hit ducks and deer only. Reality, all 3. My personal prefer 2 of 3. 2. If they beat the Niners and the Steelers, then I'll believe it. I got to say 2. I agree. I mean, 2 is the minimum for me. I mean, I would love 3, but I just don't see it happening, man. I mean, if you think that we can, if Joe Burrow is extending plays or if Jared Goff is extending plays, right, how are we going to stop Lamar Jackson? How are we going to stop Lamar Jackson? I mean, come on now. Eagles season, no more excuses. 3. Seahawks got a touchdown. They lead 30-15. That's a good thing to hear. All 3, honestly, I'll be a little satisfied with 2 of 3. Coaching, we don't run the RPO no more. It feels like we don't run a lot of things in our offense anymore. 3, 9. But man, disappointment. Just not feeling good. Here's the one question I'll ask you guys before we kind of wrap this up. What is the one thing that you need to see next week and going forward? What is the one thing you wish would just be completely different on this team? For me, it's actually the turnovers, man. And look, obviously you got Carson Wentz and his bad decision making. But I just need those game-changing plays, like I said. I mean, look, I almost predicted the score of this game, right? I predicted Greg Ward to have a huge game. I predicted Sanders and Ertz to have big games. I pretty much called this online, but we still don't win the game. We got pressure on Joe Burrow. I mean, man, we just got to make the winning plays. We're not doing it. We're kind of going through the motions. I need to see some of those game-changing plays, whether it's a break-off run, whether it's a 70-yard touchdown, whether it's an interception in the Bengals territory. We need something like that. We need something, man, because we're not going to win if we keep going at this pace. The health of this team, I agree, man. The health is another thing. Nobody can stay healthy on this team, and it's tiring. Linebacker coverage, yep. But, hey, At the end of the day, look, this is the first thoughts and reaction. I appreciate everyone that came out. At the end, I just feel kind of uneasy, kind of disappointed that the Philadelphia Eagles just come out of this game without a win or a loss. We just come out with a tie, and we're 0-2-1 now. We're heading into a tough stretch, one of the first tough stretch, and where we had expected this team to be based on where we are now is just not a good thing. Wentz had a nice day on his feet, but still making some bad decisions. Doug Peterson can't seem to put together a full playbook, a full game plan, gets away from what is working at times in this game with Miles Sanders. And overall, the health of this team, the terrible coverage on plays by some of our corners and linebackers like Nathan Gary, our roster construction, it just doesn't seem to be enough. And at the end of the day, we cannot stay healthy and we can't make those game-changing plays, man. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they come out of this 23-23. We finally hit 20 points, but really, is this a win? It does not feel good at this point. I feel like we need more. We need something. We need a vocal leader. We need something to step up, because the way we were playing in this game, for how hard, and we put together a couple nice drives, and I feel like somebody's going to win this game. And the Bengals tried to give us multiple opportunities, but when you have a 10-yard holding call, when you have a 5-yard false start, when you're trying to win and kick a game-winning field goal, it just cannot happen. The Eagles are doing things that winning teams do not do. And now we're in an even tougher situation. And we kind of made a fool of ourselves. And these next 3 weeks will really tell where this franchise wants to go this season. But the only reason we're still in it is because our division is absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. We have the probability of the leading NFC East team to be 1-2 after today. That's the only thing keeping us in it. And maybe this tie could help us down the road when it comes down to who wins this division. But still, we need to do more as a team, and we're just not doing that right now. We'll have a video out tomorrow with our extended thoughts on this game. Obviously, I'll go down and look at stuff a lot more. But when you sack Joe Burrow 8 times, when Cincy is 3 for 13 on third downs, when Joe Mixon doesn't even surpass 50 yards, it really feels like a game that the Eagles should win. And I'm not happy with a tie. I'm really not. The Eagles got to do better. Let's see where we go from here. Let's see who steps up. But again, we're banged up. Who do we go to? Who do we go to? Guys just are not stepping up and being what we expected. And we have some serious problems going forward. We already know our team's going to get a lot younger next year. But man, if we don't stop this right now, we might, at this point, we might be in for a long season, and the games might not be as meaningful weeks down. But I appreciate everyone coming in. What's good, RB? Watching my Cowboys get pissed on by Seattle. Our new medical staff was supposed to be our biggest acquisition. Exactly. And what are they doing? Nothing. 3 more losses coming up. We make the biggest mistakes at the worst time. Exactly. All of Carson Wentz's interceptions before this game were on first downs. And I'm not sure if one of them were on first down this game, but I know they were just in bad situations and just bad. That throw up to Zach Ertz. I mean, how does that happen, man? How? Definitely still a loss. It's over. The season's over. Bench Wentz. Time to give Hurts an opportunity. JJ's really just getting paid to do cardio out there. He's really doing nothing. He's doing nothing. Flat out embarrassing. No win. Love my Eagles regardless. I feel you. At the end of the day, look, I'm still repping the jersey. I still support my guys, but man, we got to be a lot better. Carson being 30 pounds heavier coming into the season, not helping at all. Love my Eagles regardless, not our year. With those stats, this was a big L. This was a game we should have won, and they tried to give it to us, just being the Bengals, and we did not take it. We absolutely did not take it. We'll read a few more of these, and then we'll hop out. But again, I appreciate everyone. If you guys could, we do stream every single week, so I appreciate you coming up in here. We do all the Philly sports. If you could hit that like button, we're at 75 right now. 25 more, maybe we could get up to 100. I would appreciate that. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and if you like coming on right at the exact times I upload or go live, hit that notification bell. I really love coming on here to talk to you guys. So shout out to everybody. Let's see. Goddard's going to be out for a while, according to reports, and that's just another one. It just keeps on going. We're going to have a lot of controversy at the tight end position. Man. And my one, at the end of the day, just remember, like I said, I am producing the same amount as JJ Arcega-Whiteside. It's just bad, bro. We tied the game because of the 2-pass interference calls. It hurt so much. Hurts fumbled, kind of didn't shine his first chance. Yeah, he had a nice 11-yard carry. But again, my problem was the design of that. Why do you do the same exact play and Hurts he didn't pull it away fast enough? And it's just not enough, man. It's not enough. I hate life so far as an Eagles fan. But yeah, with that being said, hopefully Dallas loses and the leader of the NFC East will be at 1-2. We got a lot of things to talk about tomorrow and the rest of the week. We got to do a lot better. But I appreciate everyone that tuned in. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and a great week. We'll be back on it tomorrow with some immediate content. I'm going to go watch some basketball, some actual good games, and try to get my mind off this. But with that being said, appreciate you guys. I go by RB, Philly Take with RB. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one.